I'm extremely happy to have been afforded the opportunity to be a part of such a significant occasion. It is said that what you do not recognize and celebrate will exit your life. And I've seen that over and over again. And so it is important that we recognize people for their performance, for what they've done, and for who they are. And so I wish to commend those parents who would have worked assiduously to ensure that our children would have been successful at the National Grade 6 assessment. A long time ago, I've discovered that not only the children write these examinations, but parents also write these examinations. You see them in the school compound. You see them at nights working hard with their children because of this desire to ensure that their children do well. Fundamentally, our parents in this context function as motivator in the sense that they ensure that the children do their homework, that they attend school regularly and punctually. We see our parents functioning as protector. We see them visiting the schools to ensure that the lives of their children are in order, that children have the best experience that they could ever have at the school system. And we see them functioning as providers. Providers in the context that some parents go to the extreme in ensuring that their children receive every possible help that they could receive outside of what even we offer at the Ministry of Education. And so your role is fundamental to the success of the children today. We cannot overemphasize the importance of our teachers that would have worked assiduously too to ensure that our children would have reached this level that they have reached today. And I remember one person saying, for years, like a thief in the night, ignorance robbed me of dignity, pride, and the ability to thrive. But each one of my teachers gave me the keys to open those doors that bound them for so many years in ignorance. In other words, I normally say to our teachers that our teachers could be considered as freedom fighters, not with guns and bullets, but with wisdom and with the delivery of education. So in that context, our teachers could be considered as liberators. Fundamentally, it is argued that of all the variables that exist that will move education forward, fundamentally our researchers argue that we have three things that go very well if we are going to see the improvement of education. And that is strong leadership, something that we are working on at this time to ensure that the leadership offered in the school system is to the highest level so that we could have our children impacted in a positive way for enhanced performance. So there is strong leadership. There's a plan for school improvement. No school could actually advance without a plan for improvement. And therefore, it is critical that every school in our midst, and we do have those schools with a plan for improvement, and very importantly, the role of the community. It is in this context that I wish to commend Ansa Mcal for their contribution towards the education system in terms of helping us to recognize the performance of our children in a tangible way. You know, sometimes people, they say thank you, which is good. It's a good thing to say thanks. But sometimes people go beyond the thanks to make presentations that are tangible, something that we could touch, something that we could enjoy. And so I wish that Ansa Mcal, many other companies and organizations will actually jump on this bandwagon and make that kind of contribution that will cause our children to be happy. And so the concept of community alliance is critical to the education process. The literature is clear. Where there's strong leadership, strong PTAs, contribution by the community, education takes off. Education is not a one-man's business. It is not a one-man's show. It is about camaraderie, it is about collaboration, it is about cooperation, it is about the amalgamation of ideas that will move a sector forward. And so I want to commend Ansa Mcal for this brave and bold move that they have taken in terms of making a tangible contribution, and tangible in the sense that it is really tangible based upon what I saw. Maybe they will tell you more. We also want to commend, I think it's Austin's bookstore, that has also contributed in a very tangible way in terms of information given in the context of books and what have you. So I really want to say thanks to our children and to those parents, and of course to the contribution that Ansa Mcal is taking here today.
As you all know, we are here not only to present awards to Guyana's top performing students, but we are here to also celebrate education in its entirety. We at Ansa Mcal, like many of the parents and teachers in the room and members of the ministry, see education as crucial not only to the success of our children, but for the future of our country as well. It is with this in mind that we felt it necessary through our brand Smalto to reward some of the top performers here today in this room. I'd like to speak to you, if I may. Today marks the beginning of a new journey for all of you here, and embarking on this journey is daunting, but I implore that each and every one of you embrace it as an opportunity that can lead to endless possibilities. Yes, high school will be full of new challenges, and balancing those challenges will be the biggest challenge of all. However, one of the best pieces of advice I can offer is to work hard, but have fun while you do it. While studying, for example, in high school, I played a multitude of sports, including cricket and motor racing. As was previously mentioned, I was also a singer as well. But this balance made the experience the most memorable part of my life, and I really want you guys to take that away from that as well. Now, I would like to take this opportunity as well to formally congratulate all of you here today on a job well done. It is no small feat what you guys have achieved. Good luck to each of you here, and I hope that our contribution, that Mr. Abel will probably speak more about shortly, can assist you to get one step closer to your goals. Thank you very much.
It is truly a pleasure to be here at the inaugural Ansa Mcal Grade 6 Assessment Bursary Award Ceremony. We are all here today to recognize and congratulate the top 15 students, 13 of which are here present with us today. Let me begin by saying learning is going to be a constant throughout your life, from your primary school days to university. It is the foundation and starting point for the rest of your life, because life is just one big learning curve. It is no secret, as you are aware, that learning can go on for a very long time. And in some ways, I'm still a student learning both formally and informally. And so throughout your life, there is so much to learn, and knowledge evolves with time. Learning and education never stand still, and it is important to keep up with the changes so that you can stay relevant and most up-to-date methods, not only with theories, but also with techniques. The reason I really appreciate learning is because learning is fun. And it is fun, Mr. Bacchus. I know for the common entrance, you're putting a lot of work. But we must ensure that learning is fun. The more you learn, the more the world will open up to you. It will open up to you wonderful and exciting doors in your own mind, so that you can be a problem solver, you can be an innovator, or you can even be a leader. You young people here this morning are Guyana's future problem solvers, innovators, and leaders. I know some of you may have decided which field you will apply your skills as you continue your education. But now is more or less the time to accumulate as much knowledge as possible. The knowledge that you will accumulate during your secondary and hopefully during your tertiary years will set you free to be creative. So I ask that you enjoy in your secondary school life finding and mastering the hidden secrets and unlock the treasure chest of your life. This year's grade 6 assessment results are very encouraging, and we've seen an increased number of passes achieving over 50% countrywide in the examination. However, there is still a lot of room for improvement, and there's a lot of work to be done across the country, more particularly in our hinterland regions. So I want to take this opportunity to speak to a broader cross-section of our children who are not here this morning, that didn't quite make the mark. They should not give up. Nothing that is worthwhile is easy. And you have to revel in your challenges and take every problem one step at a time until you're able to solve it. You have to stay the course because your hard work will have its reward. It is also noted that even though the target was not reached by the majority of students who wrote the examination, notably, the performance this year, the general performance this year, was better than previous years. I believe that that is commendable in some measure. Therefore, as I congratulate this group here this morning, the 13 students who are here, I ask that you keep on going, that you keep on the path of learning, and that I ask that you take every opportunity to ensure that you continue to excel in life. This generous bursary from Ansa Mcal is only the start of a partnership, as I understand, with the Ministry of Education. And so I would like to thank Ansa Mcal for initiating this partnership. You certainly recognize the importance of education for our nation's children. And by doing so, you have generously created a bursary that I hope will grow and be a permanent fixture in the education calendar and a permanent goal for students to strive for. And so I say thank you. I trust that the students here and their parents by extension will use this bursary wisely. I know you have to enjoy some of it, but I ask that you be very frugal and that you use at least 80% to enhance the learning of the students. You are the top of the class, the leaders. And so I would like to ask you to do something. These 15 students, 13 of whom are here, I ask that you be an advocate for education, that you pass on your knowledge to your friends or to someone you know that is struggling, and that you also pass on your passion for being the best, and you pass on the passion of education. I know that the parents have been recognized, but I still would like to recognize them for their support and contribution, because I know without parental support, it would be much more difficult to excel. And so I say thank you, parents, not only those seated in the audience, but for parents throughout the length and breadth of this country, for understanding the fundamental importance of education for their children, for making sure that their children go to school, and encouraging their children to be the authors of their destiny. I would also like to thank my teachers and the administrators of education here in Guyana. And there are over 10,000 teachers countrywide. Without their dedication, commitment, and hard work, the increased performance that we see here in 2017 would not have been achieved. And so I thank the CEO and his team for their hard and dedicated work. I'm here today with the future of Guyana. And I say to you all, and to all the school children here in Guyana, be the masters of your chosen fields. Be artisans. Be aware. And remember, learning is an adventure. And learning is fun.
I would like to congratulate the top 15 students from this year's NGSA examinations, and to say that hard work and commitment does yield rewards. Why the Malta Bursary Award? The reward program is designed to recognize top-performing NGSA or National Grade 6 Assessment students. Ansa Mcal recognizes that there are challenges associated with education. And one of the main challenges oftentimes experienced by parents is financial difficulties. Financial challenges can vary in terms of need. The reward will be able to assist and bring nothing but satisfaction to students and their parents. Some of the ways in which the reward can be helpful will be to assist with the first year books for students and, of course, transportation. That is our suggestion as to how the money should be spent, of course. On the topic of transportation, I was informed by the ministry and their staff while we were planning the whole this program. One of the things that they had outlined for me is that there are a lot of students in the outlying or the hinterland areas that are not recognized yearly for their success at performing at these examinations. And with the SMALTA program now being in its pilot stage, its beginning, we will next year build on this. So SMALTA will expand its bursary program to include students scoring in those hinterland areas. Those students will now be recognized, and of course, that will be an initiative that we will take on next year to basically include those students so that they feel more appreciated and not left out. One of the other things that was mentioned to me by the ministry staff is that, you know, oftentimes those students' parents would like, the students' parents would like their kids to perhaps come to Queen's College, but they cannot afford it because of the distance and boarding and so on. So it is our hope that with SMALTA, next year, that we can extend this bursary award to assist parents in achieving that goal. To the students, your journey has now begun. You have a far way to go. And remember, after hard work and commitment, there are rewards awaiting you in your life and career. Let today help you to always want to be the best. And for those students sitting the NGSA exams next year, SMALTA will be awaiting you at the finish line as well. To the students, when faced with challenges, you want to drop out, remember school wouldn't be forever. You know, a personal experience I'd like to share. When I was at the University of Guyana, oftentimes when I go to the library and I'm reading, I would think, oh my, this is too much. This is going to be forever. But then I stopped to think, you know, this is just a short road. Education is something that we take on that shapes our world and shapes us into becoming who we would like to be. And I just want the students to remember, be your best at whatever you do. Like today, you can see that the benefits of the hard work that you've put into Common Entrance, and of course the hard work that your parents has also put in, you can see the benefits and the reward of it. In the real world, the brightest, the smartest, the outspoken people are the ones who are recognized, the best basically. So ensure that you be your best at what you do. On behalf of SMALTA and Ansa Mcal, of course, again, I would like to say thank you and congratulations to the top 15 students here today being recognized. And also, in closing, on behalf of Ansa Mcal, I would like to thank the minister's staff at the Ministry of Education, Ms. Yvonne Cole, for her assistance in making this a reality. Again, thank you, everyone.